Hello and welcome back to the Perfunctionist channel. And yes, you've spotted the elephant in the room and I'm sure you're wondering, where did I get that clip-on tuner from? Well, this one, very cheap, I got this from Amazon. Only cost me about £7 and actually it's actually very good. So I normally have, I haven't got it with me here, but I've got the Polytune clip, which is also fantastic. But if I wanted to save a bit of money, or if I'm just getting first tuner on, I want something cheap, this thing's actually really good. It's not the feature of today's video, but I thought I'd just mention it. If you fancy getting this, I'll put a link in the description below if you wanted to get one of these. It's actually pretty quick. There's some other cheap ones out there that take a bit of time to hear what your guitar's doing before it registers what your tuning is, but this one's actually pretty good. Also as well, I can keep this on my guitar. I usually like to have it backwards. And the only problem with this sometimes is that when it goes into the case, and if you've got your power thing on the front here, when it goes into the case, it sometimes presses it and then turns it on and you just drain battery. But this one, it's got the power, it's got the buttons. I'll just get closer. It's got them on the side, so you don't have to worry about accidentally pushing onto the back of your guitar case. Anyway, I'm waffling a bit. Yes, so yes, it's Christmas, which is why I have my first ever Christmas jumper. And yes, in case you're wondering who this is Skeletor, the villain in the He-Man cartoon series that I used to watch as a kid, and I have this unhealthy obsession with Skeletor. I think he's amazing. If you haven't already, check out the Grumpy Skeletor page on Facebook. He's amazing. Dissing He-Man all the time. Absolutely love it. Props Skeletor if you're out there watching this. So if you are watching this around Christmas time, Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a good one and hope you continue to have a good one and a good new year as well. If it's not Christmas, then happy whatever time of year it is for you anyway. Right, let's jump in. I've been waffling for a bit too long there. What are we talking about today? Today is, we're having a bit of fun today. We're just looking at one of the patches that I have on my Helix that I use for a song that I use in my function band. And it is by the legendary band, the Backstreet Boys. And when I say band, I mean boy band. So you might be groaning, oh, Backstreet Boys, which I kind of did as well, to be honest. When I thought about it a bit more, I actually do like the Backstreet Boys. So this is for a bit of fun. You don't necessarily have to use this for Backstreet Boys. You might just like the sound of it. I haven't got plans to put this up on the Custom Tone website, but if you do like the sound of it, or if you do want to do this version of Backstreet Boys, and you're very welcome to if you ask, I'll upload it for you people who want to upload it. It's pretty much ready to go. There's no special IRs. It's all built into the Helix, so it's all ready to upload if you guys want it. So let me know in the comments below if you do want that. So the original song Everybody by the Backstreet Boys doesn't have a lot of the sounds that I'm using in this patch. I've taken a few liberties and a bit of artistic license and just kind of made up my own thing, as you'll hear in a few minutes. And yeah, I just wanted to share it with you, and if you like it, you're welcome to request it. But I thought I'd share that with you for a bit of fun. Speaking of uploading presets to the Custom Tone website, I do have a bunch of other ones on there which you're welcome to download. They are for free. If you want to download them, I'll put the link for that in the description below. And if you do download any, or if you just appreciate what I do in this channel, you can buy me a virtual coffee, which is basically just sending me a tip for a couple of quid my way if you do like what you see or what you hear. And quickly, before we get into the main part of the video, please like this video if you like it, give it a thumbs up. And also, please consider subscribing. I'm very close to getting to my 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. I've actually got the 4,000 already, so I can monetize my channel. Looks like we might possibly be going to lockdown again, so part of the reason I started this channel was to start a new source of income that doesn't rely on me having to go somewhere in order to earn the money. So help a brother out, subscribe, buy anything from any links I've got below from Amazon or from wherever I may have put some affiliate links. I do get a quick kickback from those, but it doesn't cost you any extra and goes along to helping me out and helping this channel out. Anyway, without my sob story and waffling, let's get into the main part of the video. So here is the layout for the preset, and if you've seen my other videos before, which hopefully you have, if you haven't, please subscribe, you will recognise the layout here. So along the bottom I've got a bunch of snapshots, along the top row here I've got a bunch of effects that I can switch on and off. Although for this particular preset I don't have to do much of that because it's all specifically for one song. So as I said in my intro, This is for the song Everybody by the Backstreet Boys, which we do in the function band that I play in. And I decided to make this preset for it. So let's look at these snapshots along the bottom here. So the main one I'm going to be using really are going to be these two here in the middle. In fact, let's go through them first. I've got EP clean, which I'll explain in a second. Distortion, something I've called Growler, and solo. And stop laughing at Growler. I know what you guys are like. I know what you're thinking. It's not that. Maybe. Right, so in the old version of this, I had a different amp. So for this amp, I'm using the model of the Soldano SLO 100. In a previous incarnation of this, I used the Archon model, but I recreated this one when I kind of overhauled my presets for the Helix. I changed a few things around, and for this one, I changed the amp that I was using. So the amp, in fact, that's for the distortion sounds. For the clean amp, I think it's the same one, but just it's still the Archetype clean, so you can see it there. That's the Archon clean amp that was originally there. I've kept that one. We'll go through some effects as we go through the snapshots as well. So let me quickly explain. The version of Everybody that we do, the Backstreet Boys song that we do, is slightly different to the original recording, in the sense that we've put a guitar solo in it, and for me, some of the sounds I'm using aren't on the original, but because it's a pop song, I thought, it's kind of a bit of a blank canvas, or it could do with a bit of sexing up. So I've taken the artistic license and changed a few things around, and also nicked a couple of bits from the live version that I've heard them do, which is this clean bit here, which isn't in the verse. There is a clean sound and there's a bit of wah going on, which is going to... Oh, I'm knocking the camera again. There's a bit of wah going on, which I can't demonstrate with my foot because of where the Helix is placed. But yeah, I can activate the wah with the expression pedal here. That's the clean sound. That's only used in the verses. In fact, have a listen to it. I've had the wah on. Playing wah with your hand, it really doesn't sell the Helix very well, or sell me as a guitar player. So, let's... So it's just a kind of standard, kind of clean sound. I've got the kinky boost on for this. This is the EP booster model. Got the double take on, so it's in stereo. And yeah, there's no more effects to choose from. So it's just these ones along the top here. All right, let's go to distortion. This will get used quite a lot. Yeah, so that's the SLO. I kind of made this around about the same time, I think, that I made the SLO 100 video, the Nuno Betancourt one. So check that out if you're interested in that, in Nuno Betancourt's, or at least his sound on the 3 Sides to Every Story album. But that's the distortion sound. You can hear that's in stereo as well. There's the double take is on. Kinky boost is still on for that one. All right, Growler. This is the feature of this preset, I think. It's basically the distortion sound, but with some extra bits. Let me play it for you. So what's going on there? We got a bit of... What have we got here? So we've got a bass octaver, so it's got some low octave. And what's this? Oh, Growler. So that's where I got the name from. So that is a like a filter. Doesn't sound too great with when I'm playing power chords. That sounds alright, but for that riff, I really like it. And as I said before, that that sound is not on the original record. It's just for me using a bit of creativity, a bit of artistic license to come up with my own thing. And I do kind of switch between these two. And now with the Growler, the double take is also one, so that's also in stereo. Solo, as you would expect it to be. There also seems to be some modulation going on here. What is that? Oh, that's the delay. Okay, sorry. I saw chorus and thought mod chorus, but then I didn't see the echo bit. So this is, yeah, that's where the delay's coming from. In stereo, of course. You can hear a bit of room reverb there. I believe that's room reverb. Oh, yeah, bit of room. Which I always like to have a bit of room whenever I start these patches off. And which is also, you can tap tempo that one, so you can make sure that the tempo is set. Although when we do this live, there's usually like a sample at the beginning, so I could actually set that time to be set to whatever the sample is. But I've decided to keep it on tap tempo. But I could always find out what the tempo is and set that delay to be in time, because we play to a loop track throughout the whole thing, or the drummer does, and we play along with the drummer. So there you go. Oh, one more thing. Let me also mention this line that's kind of sticking out here, which only has a reverb there. In fact, what reverb have I put on that? Oh, room reverb as well. So this was designed to go into the Powercab, which I've done a video on. Feel free to check that video out. And so what's happening here, so we're starting here, going through into the second line, coming out here, that's going into the XLR outs, these two at the back here. And we're splitting off after the amp to go into this reverb, and then that's going to go straight to the Powercab. And what's happening is the Powercab has its own speaker simulation. So if you were to listen to this on stage, it should sound like whatever the speaker simulation is that I've got set in here somewhere. I can't remember if I can actually check that. Do I need to be plugged in? I think I need to be plugged into the Powercab to do that, but I don't actually have that plugged in at the moment. I think it's probably like a Marshall cab or something like that. So the idea is that the Powercab will sound like a Marshall cab as opposed to a Marshall cab with a microphone in front of it being sent to a through a preamp. So it's meant to sound like an actual amp on stage. So that's what that's for. I don't really hear that because I'm on in-ears, but I kind of like to have that there just for the sake of it. Plus I'll turn the volume up on the Powercab as well, so that anyone in the front row can kind of hear my amp coming from my amp, my tone coming from my amp, which I always like to have a bit of when we're doing these live shows with the Helix. Anyway, that is it. That is my Backstreet Boys, my Everybody patch by the Backstreet Boys. So there you have it. That is my patch on how to play, well, not how to play, but on the patch I use for when we play Everybody by the Backstreet Boys in the function band that I play in. Again, the sounds aren't authentic to the original song, but it's just my kind of own artistic license, my own take on it. And if you want a copy of it, let me know. I'll upload it to the Custom 10 website and you can download it. You don't have to use it for Backstreet Boys. You can use it for whatever you want. You can tweak it how you want. And yeah, just let me know if you'd like a copy of that. So before we end, I'm sure there might be one or two of you out there wondering, what does my jumper say? So let's show the whole thing. Actually, what does it say again? I don't like to feel good. I like to feel evil. Again, it's a Skeletor reference from the old He-Man cartoon series. I'm sure most of you probably know. Judging from the demographic on my analytics, most of you guys are about the same age as I am, so I'm sure you know who He-Man is. If you don't, check it out. I think there's been a reboot recently, which I haven't seen yet, but I heard it's pretty good. So check that out. I just hope that Skeletor in the new version is as camp as he is in the original. He-Man, I'm going to get your He-Man. Anyway, enough of my Skeletor impressions. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and all of that. Download other presets in from the Custom Tongue website for free. Buy me a coffee. But most importantly, have a good Christmas. Have a wonderful New Year. I should have a video out next week, but it's Christmas week this week, so depending how busy I am, we'll see. Anyway, but I will see you soon for another video. Take care. Yeah, you are my fire, my one desire.